Hi, this is SJ Talks in Life coming back at you with another video. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Now, the divestment community here on YouTube and the black woman's fear, because they got the black man's fear and then they got the black woman's fear, and the divestment community. Them, as I read and look at videos and read in blogs, I'm noticing that more black women are starting to opt out of having children. More black women are starting to opt out of having children. And the reasons, actually, did a little research, and the birth rates are on the decline in the United States. Black women's birth rates are declining. So, contrary to what a lot of people want to think, that black women are just popping babies out all over the place, that's not true. Black women's birth rates are on a decline. And actually, white birth rates are a little higher than black birth rates, I think, right now. So black women are not popping babies out all over the place. That shoots that stereotype straight to you know where. And I noticed that a lot of black women, like I said, they're starting to forego having children altogether. And the reasons why, everything is just messed up now. Everything in the system is just really messed up right now. The economy is bad and everything, but the primary reasons why they give as to why they don't want to birth children, they look at the condition of the black community. They see what the condition that the black community is in, and they don't want to bring black children into that. They don't want to bring black children into in this division that our race of people, black people, are so divided. The gender war, black people are so divided, and our communities are in bad shape all across the country. And they say they don't want to bring their children up in Blackistan. So they call it Blackistan, and they don't want to bring their children up in Blackistan, which I can't blame them there. That's one of the reasons. Another reason why they state is that, the divestors don't want to have children by black men. They don't want to birth children by black men. And the reasons why they say they don't want to birth children with black men is that they're looking at the black femicide rates. The black femicide rates are increasing. I did a video on it. If you haven't had a chance to get over here and look at it. If not, I'll probably put the link in my description box. But the black femicide rates are going up. They're at an all-time high. They're looking at the black femicide rates, and most, the percentage of black women that are being killed and black women's domestic rates are high too. And those domestic rates and femicide rates are at the hands of black men. Not bashing, but some things are just a fact. They're looking at the black femicide rates. They're looking at the rates of black women getting abused, and they're looking at how black men, now, not all black men have a hatred towards black women, but a lot of them express hatred towards black women, and they don't feel like they want to. And then they're looking at some other factors as well, and so now a lot of them feel like they do not want to birth a child by a black man, because they're looking at, and they're also looking at the percentage of single mothers, of black single mothers and white ones at that have biracial children, and they're looking at the rate, the the fatherlessness rate. Excuse me. They're looking at the fatherlessness rate in the black community, and they're looking at the fact that black they it, they don't want the take the chance of they don't want to take the chance of raising a child without a father. And you know, that's another reason why they don't want. They just they're just looking at the world. They're looking at the black community. There's a lot of factors that goes into that. They're looking at black men, and I know that not all black men are not walking out on their kids. And there's a they say it's a 50 something percentage. I have to. They say those stats are not 100% accurate of black men that don't have kids, but what's happening, I think, is that there are black men that are impregnating multiple women. They're impregnating multiple women, so they just don't want to take any chances. They don't want to take any chances. They don't want to take the chance of giving birth to a black child and have to take a chance of being a single mom, even if they get married. Some black women want to get married first before they have a child. You know, contrary to what a lot of people want to believe. A lot of people want to believe that black women are just popping babies out willy-nilly all over the place, not being married, not securing a husband. And that's not true. There is a percentage of black women that don't have children. I have black women in my family that don't have children. And a lot of them do want to wait until they have a husband to that they want to wait till they have that security, that until they can secure a husband before they birth a child. There is a lot of black women that are on that. You know, they're Christian, and even if they're not Christian, they want to wait until marriage to bring forth a child, which I don't blame them. I'm 100% advocate for that. And then some black women are just foregoing having children altogether because, like I said, they don't want to raise a black child in the black community being in the state that it's in. They don't want to take the chance of being a single mom. They know that there's a percentage that might be a chance they may be a single mother at some point. Well, they're not willing to take that chance. And so, and more black, I find that more and more black women are starting to make this decision. That more and more black women, because in the stats, you know, black birth rates are on the decline, and there are a lot of black women. I'm reading in the blogs. I'm looking at videos. I'm reading the blogs and everything, and a lot of black women are foregoing giving birth, are having children altogether. They're like, they don't want to do it. I mean, and then they're looking at the condition of this world, that the condition of that, oh my God, it's like things are getting worse and worse. Our gun violence is at an all-time high. The economy's all messed up. Pandemics all over the place. I mean, frankly, I can't say I blame them. You know I didn't want to birth a bunch of kids. I know, and that was part of my decision of stopping after two too. That was a factor. I didn't want to bring a bunch of black children into, especially if you don't have the money to make ensure that they don't, that they get the proper care and all that kind of stuff, and you're not in a position to where you can secure a husband. a stable, where you can give that child the most stable life that you can possibly give them. Um, it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense to keep popping them out and keep having them. And I figure it was best for me to just stop at two, you know. Um, so I can definitely understand where these sisters are coming from, you know, and they're looking at the black femicide rates and stuff like that, and they just say, "Nah, I'm good," you know. And so, what are your thoughts, though? What are your thoughts on the black birth rates decreasing and going down, and your what are your thoughts? Do you have any children, or if you don't have any children, if you're a black woman and you don't have any children, and you don't want any, you know, let me know. Hit me up in the comment section. And what are your thoughts? How do you feel about that? How do you feel about black women foregoing giving birth to? Because it's, you know, we're still dealing with a lot of systematic racism. Things are starting to go backwards. You know, it's so many worries when you have black children. I mean, there's extra. It's worries. A mother has to worry anyway, but when you a black mother, it's like you got to worry more. And I know, I mean, now that my sons are grown, oh my God, I worry about them even more now than I ever did when they was little. Because when they was little, you know, I can keep track of where they at. You know, I can keep tabs on where they going and where they at and stuff like that. And you know, you can keep tabs on them better, and you could better protect them when they're younger. But once they become men, then okay, well, you know, I'm not helicopter mom. I'm too broke down to be helicopter mom. And so I just I can't hover over them all the time and control everything they do and everywhere they go, and so it's scary. You know, just being a black man out here is, you know, you got to worry about police brutality, and then you got to worry about the elements in the black community, you know, the gun violence in the black community. Then you got to worry about police brutality, and then, you know, and so I constantly have to stay prayed up. I constantly have to stay prayed up and pray over my sons. I have a nephew. I stay prayed up over him, and you know, all the black men in my family, you know, and I just. But it's really hard when you a black mother and you got black sons and black daughters. You know, it's like the level of stress and worry. I try not to stress too much, try not to worry too much, but that's easier said than done. You know, I be telling my sons, when you get to work, let me know. Let me know, call me. I told my son, my youngest son, how I keep tracking him is his Facebook. His Facebook, you know how they have that active part? It tells you when they were active. Sometimes he cuts that off. And I'm like, just a couple of days ago, I said, I noticed that you cut your activity thing off. Because that's how I keep tracking him. That's how I keep tracking him. You know, you know, if I see that, okay, he was on Facebook an hour ago. If he hasn't been home in a while, and I say, okay, I see that he was on Facebook an hour ago. Okay, so see. You know, so it seems crazy. I know I'm not the only mama that do that. And so I be like, man, you know, I know you grown. Like, I'm grown, mama, I'm grown. I know you grown. But I just want to know if you, like, a couple times he went to Detroit and didn't tell me. And I'm like, man, I know you grown, I get it. But it would be nice to just let me know, give me a heads up, you know, if that's where you're going, give me a heads up, call me, let me know you're there. And it's like, I'm not trying to be like that. I just want to make sure you're saved, you know, safe. Just say saved. That too. But I just want to make sure that, you know, you're safe, you know, with my other son, and you know, and they, you know, they get a little irritated, but I'm like, it's just like, you guys have no idea what it's like to be a mother and have to, worry about your children. I said, you guys have no idea, you know. And so I can definitely understand. And sometimes sometimes I kind of, I kind of envy people that don't have children because they don't have that tribulation. They don't have to worry. They don't have children. Well, they don't have that worry. They don't have children that they have to worry about. But I have to pray about it because sometimes it just gets really overwhelming. And then the thoughts that go through your mind, if you haven't heard from them in a while, and the thoughts that go through your mind, it's crazy. So I have to pray. I have to really pray. I get anxiety. It really, I kind of get anxiety. If I don't pray about it and everything, I could really, really go into a state of anxiety. Just wondering, stressing out, wondering where my sons are. Wondering if they're okay. Did he get to work all right? It's overwhelming. It can be overwhelming. So some of these mothers that got all these kids, think about that. If you're watching this, you got a lot of kids. Where you got 3 kids, 4 kids, 5 kids, and beyond. Okay, that's 5 worries you're going to have when they get to be adults. And so it's a different type of worry when they're children. It's a different type of worry when they're kids. But then once they become adults, it's like you don't have that control, and you don't. So you got to turn them over to God, and you just really got to stay prayed up. So I have to stay prayed up, turn them over to God. But it's stressful, and because you got unforeseen occurrences. That's the element of unforeseen occurrences, and so you just. And then, sometimes, they be out driving and stuff like that. And I'll be like, make sure just drive safely, man. And both of my sons have a tendency to drive fast. So I'm like, man, be careful, be safe, slow down. And so it's so many different worries. So, and then the way, this the way this system is going. It's just, oh, God. This system is crazy. And it's getting worse and worse out here. So, just let me know in the comment section if you don't have children, or you know somebody that don't have children, don't want to have children. And then the thing is, and I talked about this in another video, that black women get knocked for not having kids. Make it make sense. You get ragged on if you have them. You get ragged on if you don't have them. Make it make sense. That doesn't make any sense to me. The black single mothers are shamed so bad in the black community. So you would think that when you see a black woman that doesn't have any children, but particularly if she's of a particular age and she don't have children, it's like people rag on her. That doesn't make any sense to me. It obviously doesn't make any sense to me. If being a black single mother is so horrible, if it's and they do it's like they act like being a black single mother is just a terrible thing. It's a horrible thing for a black woman to be a single mother. It is. If a black woman being a single mother is so bad, then if a black woman don't have any children, then that should be a plus. Then that should be. You would think that would be rewarded. If you see a black woman that's not a single mother, you would think that would be rewarded. But we get judged no matter what we do. We get bashed no matter what we do. I talked about that in another video, but it's crazy. Make it make sense. But let me know if you've heard that, But yes, more black women are forgoing giving birth. So give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Hit the subscribe button and a share. And until the next video, be blessed.